Alright, good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Tonight we've got a pod matchup between Elmarkin and Tetron. I'm joined tonight in a commentary by Luffy. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing alright, Frat Keith. I apologize to everybody for my technical difficulties tonight. I'm doing double duty comms and restream. It's my first time doing a restream with a delay, and we pick up the match here in live action. I apologize.
And we've gotten off to quite the start in this seed. They got both the ship and the floater after killing Garland, and so we were in the air by the 3-minute mark.
Yep.
And I believe we found the TNT, the adamant, as well as the adamant already.
Yes. Bicky gave us the tail as well, although you can see with the party compositions we have black belts on both sides, so we're going to kind of not want to promote it all. Thank you, Dang. I appreciate that.
Those black belts rolled an extra 80 HP, so kind of a nice start on them.
Oh yeah, for sure. So with the Blursings tonight, like Fryteeth said, we do have plus 80 HP on those black belts. The white mages rolled plus 40 HP, also pretty nice. Red mages plus 10 luck, so okay. And black mages plus 20 agility, so black mages weren't good at running, they might be a little bit better now.
I had wondered if we might see anyone take a thief tonight, because the thieves rolled ninja spells.
Yeah.
Really nice one to have.
When you pointed that out, I thought we might see a comp or two of like black belt thief, red black or something like that. So yeah, I'm a little surprised. That thief with the ninja spell would have been a pretty interesting take.
Yeah, that's actually the party I've been running in this tournament. It's a little bit higher encounter rate. Having that thief gives you the better run chances, but both of these parties are parties I run all the time. Tetron finds his cube over in Mermaids.
And I believe Ale picked up the chime over there in Marsh Cave, so a couple required items that we're going to need to finish this in 2 separate parts of the world.
Yeah, so we've already got a large number of the items that we need. We're basically looking for rod, key, and loot at this point.
Yeah. So 11 minutes in right here. I mean, it's pretty wild seeing somebody already in the sea shrine, but when we got that early floater, I mean, you're just gonna go, go, go. Why not?
Yeah, little risky play, with down at the levels that he's at right now, but.
So with the matchup tonight between these two runners, we had open parties, so they're rather similar in what they took, but a little bit different. But also, we're going to see a required war mech. There's been an agreement between both parties to fight war mech, so what do you think, Fryteeth? You into the required war mech?
I like war mech. Back at the beat when we signed up for the tournament, we all had to put in our favorite enemy. And back when I used to play this game, 30 years ago, I would sit there going back and forth in Sky looking for war mech.
Yep, I agree. War mech was my favorite enemy that I put on there as well. I mean, a bit of a whatever. I mean, it's usually a lot of people's favorite enemy, but I mean, it's war mech. How can you not love him?
Tetron, unfortunately, is not going to get out with the cube.
He was steps away too. That's unfortunate.
This might be one of those points, though, that now I know where the cube is. I know exactly which chest I need to open and see. I would definitely think about coming back later.
Yeah, I mean, if you look right there, Ale showing us level 4 magic. We have exit. You'd be able to throw that on your white mage and be able to get out of there much faster than trying to walk it out. But he's going to dive back in and see what he can do.
Especially also with that level 4 nuke that we're seeing.
These ghosts are hitting hard.
Oh, and level 3 warp. So, yeah, a trip to Elfland would make this, getting this cube out a lot easier.
Yeah, Markin gonna jump over. He's gonna check the Hall of Giants over here in the Earth Cave. That's not bad.
All depends on what they've got.
Yeah. You know they're gonna hit hard, but the HP is a question.
They're not hitting that hard. They only hit black belt for, I think that was 110 between 2 attacks.
Yeah, it's not bad. And I think they had roughly about 300 HP with my quick math. Yeah, Gershark's pretty tasty.
Looks like about 200.
Yeah, even less, about 230 HP. So that's not bad at all.
No.
Alright, so it looks like Ale's going to settle in here for a little bit and get some levels on these fighters. We'll see how far he takes us up. Definitely want to get that black belt online as fast as possible. What's your thought process, Frat Teeth? If you find a grind early like this, are you going to sit on it, go to 32, 42? What are you thinking?
I mean, it depends on which grind I find. The way some of these seeds have been rolling lately, I've been going to 42. But if I find it this early, I'm probably only going to go to about the mid to high 30s because I figure I can pick up the rest of it while I'm doing everything else.
Yeah, I think that's a real solid way to approach it. And I believe this is a side tile on the Sharknado floor, the Gershark Wizzahag. So we're not going to come across any tasty 3 eyes or 4 Agamas. So this is going to be one of the better tiles I think we'll find in vanilla.
Yeah, but we still, if that's the case, then we do still have that single eye tile out there.
Yep. So while the Gershark Wizzahag will definitely be some more HP overall, or more XP overall, it's a little riskier because that eye, if it doesn't roll a vanilla scrib set, could be super squishy and real easy to take down. And Tetron gets his cube out, so nice job.
See where he heads next. Up to Waterfall, I would assume.
Probably, yeah. And our tracker, Darren Drice, pointing out in chat that he would take the black belt to at least 21. That's not bad either, but I think if I was going to go somewhere in the 20s, I'd stop off like 28, 29, 30, and just definitely try to get to 32 before I hit the Temple of Fiends. 21, that black belt's still not going to be doing a lot of damage, and it can make some of the Fiends a little scary.
Now, the other thing I haven't noticed yet, do we have a long run off the hard reset? Because that's the place I've really been finding a lot of my grinds in these seeds.
So I saw Tetron, if he hard reset or not, I'm not sure, but he was able to get through the opening floor of Sea Shrine and down the first hallway to like that first little intersection before he took the ghost encounters last time I looked. So that's a decently long run if that's off a power cycle.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then yeah, certainly not going to find an overworld grind in this one.
Yeah, it's absolutely something that I look for as well after taking that first stroll up the Topher. I know I have quite a few free tiles there, so if I get a decently quick encounter off the hard reset when I head up to Temple of Fiends to see Garland, I'll keep that in the back of my mind to stop off over there in the Mirage Desert or over by Lefane if I have to make a stop to see if I can find anything quick.
So we're already up to level 16 on Al's side.
So Ale just about ready to put the rest of the party to sleep and start taking that black belt. He's almost out of lightning 3 charges. I think as soon as he's done with those, he'll just settle in with solo black belt this. And Tetron going to show us what the robot has.
crown.
We might need it, we might not. We're still looking for a few key items, so you're going to keep that and head on out.
So where do you go next if you're Tetron? You go trade that crown in immediately?
I mean, you have the airship, so you can get around real fast. I think I go turn that crown in. Yeah, I don't think I quite have the levels to go and defeat Kraken. I don't think we've seen Brack or anything yet. Let me check our tracker notes here. So, no Brack that I can see in the first 6 levels. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna probably go turn in that crown and see what that leads to. And start looking for a grind tile too, I think.
So we're getting a caravan check first. No vendor item here, but boy, I like the price on those houses.
Oh heck yeah! Anytime you see a house roll under 1,000 HP, it's a win. So under 600, I'll take that all day long. Tetron gonna go and what's he doing? Oh, he's gonna give us a starter check. You know, that's funny. This is what can happen with that early floater, you know? Like, you can be just in the air so fast that... Oh. Ooh. Alright, looks like Tetron reset out of that adamant by accident, I'm sure. That's unfortunate. Shouldn't be too fast to get back, or too long to get back, though.
Yeah, fortunately we're not sailing back there.
Yeah.
Alright, Nail's coming up to level 21 here, and he's got that white mage in front, so I assume we're gonna start seeing at most a 2-man grind.
Still only punching for about 100 damage though on that black belt, so you're not gonna want to drop it just yet.
Alright, he's got his adamant back. So yeah, maybe what, 30-40 second time loss from that?
Yeah, it's not so bad.
No.
Yeah, and you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to pick up whatever the adamant turns into and the crown. I mean, they're right next to each other. So, that's fine. Oh.
And we get the fries.
Well, that's a new one.
I have not seen that one before.
I have not. Oh, and he reset out again. You're gonna need those French fries though to get into Temple of Fiends, Tetron. Don't let him go.
No, he doesn't need those. That's the ruby.
Oh, you know that would make sense because I've never heard of the instrument fries. So fair.
So for those who haven't seen it before, one of our new fun flags in the randomizer is that the ruby can be randomly changed into quite a large number of different snacks for the Titan. And as we can see here, Tetron was the fries, and unfortunately, you know, Titans is not incentivized, so he doesn't need that. I still might have kept it though, because it does get you that extra experience boost.
Yeah, I think that's what, 5% XP boost. I mean, every little bit's gonna help with this black belt.
Right. We'll see what that. So the crown turns into the herb. And just the white shirt.
Dud. Oh, that's okay though. Free cast of Viz 2, you're not going to turn that down.
It's one of those things I'm always, generally in these flags, disappointed to find, but I won't turn it down either.
Yeah. Alright, Ale, leaving the Gersharks and Wizhags and finding another pretty decent tile here in that Red Dragon.
Yeah, they've got somewhere between, looks like 300 and 400 HP.
So it's not too bad.
But the fact there's only one of them makes it a little bit nicer grind than the other one he was working on.
A little safer for sure. You know, they're going to punch pretty hard, but there's only going to be one of them. Tetron going to do his shopping, pick up his exit. This is a good spot for Ale too. This is a very safe tile to take. There's no off encounters walking back and forth to the to this tile, so this is pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to be up to 32 here very, very quickly, and then see how high he takes it.
Yeah. I think he made a good point earlier. I think he'll probably stop maybe around 35, 36. Still got quite a few dungeons to do, no orbs lit, so you're gonna be taking some levels as you go.
And you know, the interesting thing is with Tetron having done Tetron looking for the Sea Shrine incentive early. He wasn't going down to kill Kraken, so he went right side first. I know for me, I always go left side first. And so if that had been me in this seat, I would have basically full cleared Sea Shrine looking for that incentive item.
Yep. I've myself also have made it a point to kind of go left first in Sea Shrine to really just kind of bum rush the Kraken side and open whatever boxes on the way down. And I'd have to say it's probably what? 50-50 is probably not even, probably like 70-30 that I have to go back in all the time. So I feel you.
But I always like to go that way first because you have to go that way at some point. You just hope that you don't have to go the other way.
Yeah. I mean, I could do the math in my head, but I'd rather not. I'm sure there's more boxes on the right side overall than the left side, but it's got to be pretty close.
I believe you're right, but I don't know the exact numbers either.
Yeah. Man, that mermaid floor's got, you know, somewhere in the teens, I think, of the amount of boxes, maybe 12, 13. Alright, so Ale just settling in here, and Tetron gonna head on over to the Marsh Cave. I believe this is where we found the chime, so he's gonna need to go here eventually.
So yeah, we're gonna, pretty quickly have a situation where Tetron, we're already there to an extent, but Tetron is, pretty far ahead on items. But, L, follow him, with a higher level black belt, and ought to be able to make up that time pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, the black belt is a great equalizer, really in any seed. The way they can just kind of make up a difference of, minutes because of the way they just blaze through things and how hard they hit. So yeah, for sure, early lead and exploration items to Tetron. Ale's gonna have the levels. So interested to see what Ale does when he's done taking this grind here on this red dragon.
Alright, so he's at 33, so he's definitely going higher.
Fast and temper at level 6 black. I mean, not the best.
No, and that's going to make me want to go to 42 even more.
Yeah, rely on that fast and not have to worry too much about temper. Tetron gonna do
Get
an
our
ice cave.
first look at Ice Cave.
Alright. He looks like he's leaving down that white mage too. Interesting call considering the white mage has exit. But warp on that black mage, I guess it's not the strangest call in the world.
Now I don't recall. Did the red mage have exit, or that was only white mage?
I think it was in a white mage learnable slot, but it might have been okay upon promotion. But I don't think he has exit on that red mage right now. If he does, then this is a fine call. So that's 37 for Ale. He's going to keep going. Maybe he's just going to take it straight to 42.
Could be.
I mean, it's definitely a comfort thing. If you go to 42, you got to feel really good about the rest of the seed. There's got to be some really nasty stuff to kind of stand in your way. There's definitely a level of comfort there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few of these seeds where 42 still, if the black belt ended up solo, that it wasn't enough, but it's pretty rare.
Yeah. And as I say that, there goes Ale. 37, 38, I think is where he stopped. Yeah. Probably the right call.
That's almost exactly where I would have gone. I mean, my goal, if I can time it out correctly, is I like to hit 42 on the carry 2 floor.
Yeah, that's a real solid spot to hit it if you're going in there just a touch shy of levels. That's beautiful. And after ridding the world of all the red dragons, Ale's got plenty of money for all of his shopping needs, and having those two black mages, he's going to be able to get fast and temper on both of them, and that's going to be a slight advantage, I think, to be able to have two mages that can cast those spells.
So Tetron with Warp, is able to check those first 3 boxes without any encounters. But at the same time, I like to check those 2 spike tiles on that first top floor of ice.
Yeah, ice is one of my favorite and least favorite places all at the same time. It has 5 spike tiles that you can check that are really nice, and if you can get down to this level, it's not really that hard to get out when you get down here. So it's a nice place I like to go and kind of see if I can get some cheeky grind going.
Yeah, and it's not just the fact that you have all those grind tiles, it's how quickly you can get to 4 of those 5 grind tiles.
Yeah, they're all within just a few steps of each other, especially if you have warp. So it looks like Ale's going to make that Caravan Waterfall on-rack play. Pretty good.
So we know the Sea Shrine item is required, but that probably to be disappointed by the trip through Waterfall when he turns all those items in.
Still no item here yet in Ice Cave, so we'll see if Tetron can find it on this floor.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. I think if we really thought about that, we might have been able to figure that out based on what else they have done so far, but it's still...
I believe you're correct, because ship and canal both have to be in the inner sea, if I understand correctly, and that was our last inner sea check.
Yeah. Interesting that he decided to hang on to that after, you know, resetting out of the ruby earlier, but that's fine.
I mean, I think you might as well for the extra experience.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it is an interesting call, you know. What do you do with the ruby?
So Tetron gonna do a volcano dive as Ale gonna make the on-rack play here and go down to Sea Shrine. I think we'll see him head right toward Kraken.
He finds a Grey Worm tile, which seems to have a lot of HP.
Yeah.
So yeah, L is doing left side first.
Generally, it's the right call. It really is.
Oh, it's 100% what I'd be doing in his situation. We've got an Opal -2 bracelet in Volcano.
It's fine. Never gonna turn that down.
No. I'm not going up to check the top left room.
Ooh, Sea Trolls with Lightning 3. That's gross.
Also, not checking the vanilla Agama spike tile.
Yeah, interesting routing decisions here. I'll have to ask him about that later.
Now going to see our carry fight. Oh, and with damage poison, that's a rough start. Unfortunately, his black mage did survive. But those nukes are rolling pretty low to try and get out of this fight.
Yeah, you gotta hope Carrie throws out like an ink or something there, gives you a free turn. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Alright. Alright, if we can get another nuke off here, we got a shot. Nice.
And
okay.
he gets it.
Very nice. That feels good.
That's got to be a relief for him.
Oh, for sure. You know, it's fast to get back down Volcano. It's one of the quicker dungeons, but you never like to have to double dive. So at the 39-ish minute mark, Tetron, our first runner to light an orb on stream.
And Al will be right behind him as he's down on the Kraken floor.
Yeah, and Ale's gonna be that's gonna be pretty good here with this black belt where it is. This should be nice. Oh,
Now,
yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see where we go next because we're still looking for several key items. We haven't seen ordeals yet, and we still haven't seen our vendor item.
I think it's got to be here at Gaia. So depending on what that is, it'll be interesting to see where that directs our runners. Oh.
And there's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Find the vendor bottle in Gaia.
Yeah, that is one of my second favorites to Lazy Dwarves. It's pretty good.
The other one I like now is finding a cube in the first 2 floors of Mirage.
You, sir, have nerves of steel. I never like going to Mirage without both items, but I mean, to your point, it's certainly viable for that cube to fall onto those first 2 levels.
Oh, I don't either, but I had a seed once where I had cleared everything without the cube, and it had it had to be in Mirage.
Yep. Sometimes the seed is going to take you somewhere, and you just have to listen.
So Al's got his first orb lit with a Kraken kill. And that bottle, oh, that's probably not what he wanted.
So bottle turns into crystal. Let's see what did Matoya have right there? I was looking at Ale, I missed it.
It was the power gauntlet.
Okay, well, that'll be more useful for Tetron than Ale having only one black caster with fast and temper. So while it's not the most ideal item to find, it'll be definitely useful for him. But this should certainly narrow down what we have to do, because I think it's pretty much guaranteed that Ordeal's going to have something that we need, and then Slab will turn into something that we need as well. So at least we have a general idea about what we're going to do.
I believe we're also now, we have to have something useful in Sky as well.
And we haven't found key yet, so I'm thinking we're gonna maybe, I don't know, maybe we got, say, the loot here in Ordeals, and then the slab in Sky that turns into the key at Lafane. That'd be kind of fun.
Now, this, as you're going through Ordeals here, do you check this top right grind tile as you're going through the pillars?
You know, I'm not gonna joke. I constantly forget that it's there because I never turn into that room ever. You can't check it without the key either, so Tetron's not gonna be able to give us a peek. But that's certainly a viable place to look here in these flags, because I don't think that tile is linked to the other one in Ordeals here. So that's a viable play.
Alright, on the L side, we're going to get our first look at what we might have in Sky.
And our tracker, Darren Dress, pointing out in chat that it is a separate grind tile, so thank you. I just learned something new.
First floor of Mirage is a bust, and he just resets out.
Yeah, that's fine. I would have done the same thing. There's nothing he really wants right now besides those key items, unless he comes across, say, like, you know, a Massa plus something, or that might even not be something that he wants.
I say that doesn't even interest me at this point. The only, really the only, I mean, maybe a ribbon would be of interest, but there's the key. And defense sword is the only other thing that's of interest to me.
Yep. Oh, too bad. Vorpal +5. That's a waste. Tetron looks like he's having a little bit of trouble here with the fillers at Ordeals. There we go, he's got it. Yeah, Space Drake pointing out in chat that Vorpal +5 would be amazing with a Knight and a Ninja. Yeah, to Fry Thief's point earlier, I mean, bringing that ninja that had, or a thief that had ninja magic would have been pretty nice to have that Vorpal.
Yeah, that's why I've been liking that party composition in these flags. You know, I like the thief for the extra running, but if I find a really good endgame weapon early enough, then I can, you know, then sometimes I'll skip the grind on the black belt completely. Hey, I'm
still gonna open some boxes here. Probably looking to dig out a ribbon or something.
And there's our slab.
Alright, okay. So we know by process of elimination that's going to be something that we want, so we're going to want to translate that right away.
Because our only locations left are Canaria Locked and Lefane.
Yep.
And we're still looking for both the rod and the loot, so
yep.
gotta go to both places.
And the key as well, so either the rod or the loot is key locked inside of Corneria. Take that back. It looks like Ale found the key.
Yeah, the key was in
Sky. Okay, yep. So, okay. And Bane Sword +4. Okay.
And here in a moment we'll be coming upon the required war mech they agreed to.
Yeah.
But with that black belt, not likely to be much of a problem.
Yeah, these man cats here, though, are going to be giving Ale the business a little bit. They got damage poison. Gets the nuke off, though. He'll survive.
So Tetron is immediately going to translate that slab.
Oh, nice. Double fighter. Tasty. Alright, so we got Invis. We have a lock. And a fast going off. Punch. 7 hits, 252. Not the kind of damage you want to see. Warmech leads with Lightning 3. Fast goes off. Invis goes off. We got a punch. I think that was a wall. Nuke and nuke. Ooh, rub misses. 10 hits, 491. Warmech got some absorb. Another nuke. Punch, punch. 9 hits, 394. Nuke goes off. 111. Down goes Warmech. That's 41 in the black belt.
We've got our rod over in Lefane, so we now know that the loot is in Canaria.
I don't know about you, Fry Teeth, but so many of my practice seeds have turned into full clear simulators, so I would expect nothing less the way these have been rolling lately.
Yeah, it feels like I either full clear everything or I don't have to dig anything out of sea or sky, which is my preference.
Yep. Alright, so Ale takes out Tiamat, lights his second orb. He just has Carry and Lich left to do. Looks like he's gonna promote. Interesting.
Alright, Tetron with that rod is going to make his way over to Earth Cave. Now, is he going to look for grind? There's an Excal +1, which no one can use.
Vendor Sword. Ale still trying to dig out a ribbon, though. I thought we would have found at least one by now. Alright, so I think Tetron's going to settle in right here and get his levels on his black belt as Ale going to turn in this crystal, get his power bonk. Ale gonna pick up his loot here and get the bad news that he has to go 2 ordeals. There's his ribbon.
And there he finally finds a ribbon.
Alright, there we go. I think he's done checking any box now that he doesn't have to. Oh wow, he still hasn't turned in that crown yet. Okay.
When you get to Astos this late with a level 40 black belt, the fight just seems kind of silly.
Yeah, it is slightly trivial at that point. You know, one punch by black belt go brrr. Alright, Ale seeing that white shirt, now knowing he's got to go to ordeals.
Alright, so Tetron is now down to 2 party members on this grind.
And you can see how much faster this is for him as well, getting 5,000 plus XP on both these characters with having all those extra key items. So this will be much faster than it was for Ale.
And he's able to get going a lot faster because that black belt is already level 20.
Mm-hmm.
so Al able to check that tile that the Tetron couldn't. And nothing good there either.
Yeah, just some earths.
So we haven't seen the eye or the agama tile at any point.
No, unless it's on either Sharknado floor or if it was one of those 2 tiles we did not check in Ice Cave, or it could be in the Topher Hail Mary chests or rooms, But yeah.
Or my favorite grind spot, Northwest Castle.
Right, yeah, we have not seen Northwest Castle yet either. Alright, yeah, with a quick exit after picking up his slab, gonna go translate that, and then get his rod, and that'll be go mode for him.
Looks like a quick detour into Volcano.
Yeah, so...
and this will be very quick.
yeah, he entered just before 55 minutes. I think he'll be down the carry floor before 56:30. Maybe even quicker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've timed this out. When you've got the high level black belt, it's 90 seconds to get through Volcano.
Mm-hmm. Another great thing about the high level black belt, it's basically its own thief at this point because things will start running from you.
Yeah, it's always fun when you try to run, they won't let you, and then everything runs away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was barely a minute to get down here.
Did he have any encounters on the way down?
One. He took one fire hydrant that I think ran from him. Wow. Gary got some absorbed though. Took that punch from that master, but goes down from a nuke. Alright, yeah, this is probably why Ale promoted. He's gonna pick up some spells here.
Tetron's up to level 30. We'll see how high he goes with this.
I think if I'm Tetron, I have two schools of thought here. I gotta think, okay, we're 57 minutes in right now. I only have one orb lit. I found this tile kind of late. I feel like I gotta go faster. I think he might stop at 32 and take his chances. But then again, it's hard to stop a grind on a black belt when you don't get into the mid-30s, high 30s. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I think that's especially the case knowing that Warmech is waiting for you.
Yep, yep. So while Ale's picking up his rod real quick, sorry, I just want to say real quick, let's give our runners a follow. Thank you to Darren Dries for posting in chat the links to our runners, Ale Markin and Tetron, doing a great job tonight showing us some fantastic Final Fantasy Randomizer racing.
I mean, the one nice thing about that required Warmech is you don't have to quite get to 42 because, Warmech's going to give you a couple levels, but he went to 32 and that's it.
Yeah. That's probably the right play for him at this point.
And yeah, you can see the time pressure he must be feeling because he didn't bring the rest of the party back up to go dive Earth.
I mean, it's not the worst play either. I've had instances where, I've had a solo grind in either Volcano or the top of Earth here, and I just know that I can get through that with my black belt, and I just don't even bother taking the time to resurrect. So it's not an unusual play, but he's definitely got to feel a bit of a time crunch right now. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even do the same thing in Sky. If I'm grinding outside Mirage, I'll just take the solo black belt through Mirage.
I gotta start watching some of your VODs, man. You got nerves of steel. I love it.
Level 42 black belt in Mirage? No problem.
Alright, so Tetron, gonna say hello and goodbye to the vampire. And you were saying?
I can say the other reason that sometimes I'll do a solo black belt through some of these dungeons is, you know, if you decide you're gonna cut the grind off quickly or early, you get a few more levels going through solo.
Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad play.
Especially when I've done Sky solo with the black belt, you know, sometimes I'll, if the key item is up on Sky 3 and I've full cleared the whole thing, I'll pick up 5 or 6 levels going through Sky.
Yeah, and I guess to your point, it's not, it's not as scary as even like, running into a Lich 2 with the first turn zap or something, taking out the rest of your party, and then man-moding your way through Topher. It's really no different. So, I gotta think about that and not, and give that some more thought. That's not as insane as it sounds. Alright, Tetron, our first runner to show up at Lich, as Ale's about to pull Lich as well. Punch and punch. Alright, so that's 2 orbs lit for Tetron, and that's the 4th orb for Ale Markin.
Well, Tetron's gonna go bring the rest of the party back up now. One spot where you could save some time. He stopped at Canaria to do that, but he's got to go back to Sea Shrine to kill Kraken. You save some time by just heading right up to Onrak and doing your resurrecting there.
Yeah, yep, that's right. And then you can warp out real quick, drop a house, because that is one of the few inns that I just never tend to visit besides there in Lefane.
Oh, it always feels bad to visit that inn in Onrak.
Aelmark and into Topher at about the 1 hour, 1 minute 45 second mark or so, as Tetron going to go and promote as well. Hey, we found the Agama.
Found it.
Somewhere between 1 and 1,000 HP for that Agama, as down it goes.
Not a very useful spot for that tile.
No, I mean, it would not be the worst thing in the world to find. If you had access to like a random exit on it from one of your melees or something, but yeah, it feels kind of bad.
One of the nice things for Al with this, with this dive is with that white mage rolling up on HP, you're not likely to lose your white mage to a nuke.
Yep, that is correct.
I think the white mage has 395 or 396.
Yeah, it's got to be a heck of a roll by a nuke to take out that white mage. So, and even just right there, he just got above 400.
So with that white mage being at 400, and I believe the white mage is the one with the ribbon, yeah, this dive should be pretty routine.
Yeah.
And there he goes. He hits level 42 on the Lich 2 floor.
Yep.
Pretty good place to do it.
Yep. fast. We're about to see Lich explode. Alright.
That wasn't that much damage.
It was not. Lich had some absorb again. But 20 hits, almost 1200 damage. That'll do the job every time. And shout out to RPG Limit Break with a rating party of 81. Welcome everybody to Fry Teeth and Luffy, giving you a play-by-play here on Ale Market and Tetron.
Didn't get the turn order he wanted, so he only got about 700 damage on that first punch. But the second one, after the fast, gets almost 1600.
Yeah. Alright, and we got Ale on to my favorite floor in Temple of Fiends here, the water floor. Never fails that I run into ambushing waters here left and right.
Well, this also isn't a nice floor because this, what was it, the sea trolls that had lit 3?
Mm-hmm. And seafood party packs are always fun. And while Ale is on the sea floor in Temple of Fiends, Tetron making his Kraken play here, almost at the Sharknado floor in Sea Shrine. Alright, Kraken 2. We got a lock, a punch, a fast, and a wait. Stop goes off. Gonna miss that fast. Oh no. That was a lock. Okay. Punch. 19 hits, 837. Again, these fiends have some absorb, but it's really just a matter of time with this Black Belt Master. And another 900 damage down goes Kraken 2.
Also nice getting that free first turn against Kraken. He didn't do anything. Same strategy against Tiamat.
Ooh, big punch onto that back road Black Mage. Big punch back at you. Almost 2,000 damage. Down goes Tia. Alright, Ale Markin onto the floor of the Ultimate Fiend Chaos. Alright, so we got a wall, a lock, a punch, and a fast. Good turn order. Fast goes off. Wall goes off. Punch. 5 hits, 366. Oh, slow
Wow.
2. Okay. Luckily that targeted the white mage. We got some more locks. Another punch. 8 hits, 942. That's a little better. Lock goes off. Another lock. Lightning Tier from Chaos. Nothing scary. We're on wait strats. Wait, wait, punch, wait. 14 hits, 1100 damage.
I think this round ought to do it.
Yeah, this should be it here. 13 hits, 1100
There
damage.
it is.
There it is. GG's. Ale Markin finishing in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 107.26. Tetron gonna pull his Kraken 2, or his Kraken 1.
Alright, he gets through Kraken 1, so he, at this point, needs to go over to Sky, get his key, take out Tiamat, and then he can finish up.
Yeah. picking up that key in Sky, and then he'll just swing right over, get his loot, and then he can just dive Topher right there. So good showing from Tetron tonight. Ayla is a great runner, but Tetron not too far behind him.
Yeah, I think the big difference, Al got that grind done nice and early, and everything else was pretty straightforward at that point. And we're joined by the winner of tonight's race, so GG.
Hey, thanks, Retief.
So how'd you feel about that one tonight?
I mean, a lot better than the one I ran last night. Couple little hiccups here and there. Didn't like initially the grind that I chose, but I guess it worked out. So.
Yeah, we saw you taking that Gershark Whistlehag tile. The Gersharks didn't roll too bad on the HP, so that was pretty nice. And then you finished off with those red dragons. So overall, that was a pretty solid. You had a nice early level lead, while Tetron had the exploration lead early.
Yeah, I figured with going black belt strats at like the last minute, making that change, I was like, let me just get the ball rolling ASAP and just hope I can kind of snowball it from there.
Yeah, he ended up taking the same grind that you did. He didn't find that grind till what, about the 45 or 50 minute mark?
Yeah, I think it was about 45, 50 minutes. He took it to 32 on his black belt, and he's been kind of chugging ever since. He didn't like. You guys lit your second orb. He lit his second orb on Lich seconds before you lit your final orb on Lich, and he's been kind of moving pretty quick ever since then. So he's got to pick up his loot from the key here, or from the slab, or in Sky. I'm getting confused. Words are hard. And then he'll take his dive into Topher.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a 32 black belt would have been fine for this. I think the only downside was like fast and temper and cure 4 and heal 3. Like all the big whammy spells all landed at level 6. So you needed a couple levels on your mages to get more than one charge of them.
So Tetron gonna head over to the greater than less than room. He'll find his key here, and then he'll know right there it's pretty much go mode for him.
So, question about party selection. When you saw the thief with ninja spells, did you consider taking one?
No, I don't like thieves. I mean, if I'm forced to take one, or if it's drafted, sure. But even with ninja spells, I'm like, okay, great. I can take a red mage and get the same thing basically. So
Understandable. I think Frightened made a compelling argument for it before, though. I mean, it gave you the extra run chance, you know, access to all the black magic levels 1 through 4. It wouldn't have done really great in this seed, the way kind of the sweepers landed. You know, Ice 3 and Lit 3 are pretty good, but Nuke, Fast Temper, all rolling past level 4. It wouldn't have been the greatest selection of spells for that thief.
yeah, and then if you rely on his like pre-promotion with the spells, I want to say that I can't remember honestly if he needs to hit 15 before he gets spell charges or not. He may not, but it's still the same thing. It's like, okay, you're gonna take the thief spells or the thief with ninja magic, rather, you're still gonna be limited on spell charges. And if you want them to actually hit things, you still got to find them a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I'd rather just offset that with more firepower.
All right, so Tetron making his way through the sky maze right here. Gonna get onto the Bridge of Destiny and find his required war mech. So you guys both decided to take a required war mech here. What was the decision on that? Did you guys talk about it beforehand? Who suggested that?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit beforehand when we were just reaching out to schedule the match. Tetron asked if we want to do like an open party and then do a required war mech. I was like, yeah, that sounds fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've seen many required war mechs across the matches yet, and I like him being there just because he's a great big guaranteed EXP pinata at the end of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always nice to get that like last second bump or maybe early bump depending on how early you dive sky.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Tetron gonna pull the robot chicken right now once he heals up his party. Gonna do a little shifting, showing respect. So we got a fast, a swing from that Vorpal, a ruse, and a punch. Fast goes off. Punch. 8 hits, 706. Not bad on the damage. Swing from that Vorpal. 2 hits, 2 damage. Vorpal doing Vorpal things. Another ruse, another fast. Now we got a white shirt. 3 hits, 152. A little better. Ooh, rub. White shirt goes off, evasion stacked, punch, 12 hits, 407, going in the wrong direction, but we're making progress. Thor hammer for chip damage, punch, 8 hits, 217, down goes Warmech. That's some nice XP. Alright, Tiamat leads with fire 2. We got a white shirt. Fast goes off. Swing from the Vorpal. 3 hits, 57 damage. Punch, 16 hits, 917. The power of the Black Belt Master is unparalleled. Thor hammer chip damage. Nuke goes off. Alright. Down goes Tia. Nice job. Tetron lights his 4th orb. He's going to head down, pick up his loot, and then take his shot in Temple of Fiends. Falconic pointing out in chat, don't besmirch the good name of the Vorpal. I am on Team Vorpal 100%. I am with you. But in the hands of anything but a fighter or a ninja, it is not that nice.
I mean, I'll use it if I can't find anything else.
Alright, there's the triangle. Let's see if he checks these other boxes. He is. He's going to get his ribbon. Nice. Yeah, so Ale, we saw you kind of digging out a little bit, looking for a ribbon, I assume, there, trying to find something when you were looking at some of those boxes. Is that what you were looking for, trying to find that ribbon?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, we've all seen some of these matches where the Tophers are just like absolutely brutal, even with the high level black belt. I just wanted that extra security for that red mage or the white mage, so they're not having to sit there and cast wall every battle and hope I get turn order against something nasty.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. so at the 1 hour, 18 minute and change mark here, Tetron going to make his dive into Temple of Fiends. This has been a real good showing from Tetron tonight. Ale's a really great runner. Tetron, one of the newer ducks like myself and Fryteeth. So good to see him perform tonight. Looks like he's making a quick pit stop here, probably picking up some heal pots. Yep. Okay, yeah, he had no heal pots. That was a good move. Alright, so 119.25 or so. Tetron going down. So what'd you think right here as you're about to see Tetron find that Agama? What'd you think about finding that Agama right there on that tile, Ale?
I did have a chuckle. I was like, well, I guess if I was at this point, I wipe out, and maybe if I had tried this at a lower level, at least I knew I had a grind here. But it definitely would have been optimal.
Yeah, and we didn't see the eye. We saw the Agama late. That red dragon and the Sharknado party pack there were probably the two best tiles that we saw this whole seed.
Yeah, after finding those too early, I tried to avoid a lot of the other spike tiles if I could help it, just because I was like, I don't really need to take the fights. I'll get the EXP before the Topher Fiends. So.
And I think you hit level 42 right there on the Lich 2 floor, and Fryteeth was pointing out that that's usually the way he tries to do things, so that was really, very, very nice and astute planning right there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of lucked into it more than anything, just because I did run from a lot of the earlier stuff, so.
Alright, Tetron gonna pull his Lich 2.
Yeah, I mean, so you mentioned Tetron's one of our, relatively new, but, also I believe he's been doing some development with the Randomizer also.
Yep, that is correct. Much respect to our devs in the community. Every time I turn around, there's an update to our site, which is amazing. There's been more changes, I think, over the last 3 to 4 months than I remember in the previous 6 months when I was, kind of just hanging around, lurking in the Discord. So it's really great to see all the action going on right now leading into the spring tournament. This is my first spring tournament, so I'm not sure about you, Fryteeth, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's my first spring tournament as well. It was catching some of last year's spring tournament that got me here. Because I've been playing this game since I was 13.
Alright, Tetron gonna pull carry 2, throws out a wall and a punch. 8 hits, 513. Carry 2 leading with that lightning 2. Nothing really to worry about. Fast goes off. And a white shirt for defense. Everybody's gonna punch. And 16 hits, 1,000 damage down goes carry.
So we haven't talked much about the pod, but this is, quite the pod that we have here.
Yeah, why don't you tell us your thoughts on your opponents here in this pod you guys got going on? Tetron, one of the newer ducks. Who are the other members of your pod?
So there's myself and Tetron, and then we have Sonny Wrath, and we have Dangwu. So there's a lot of experience, but there's also a lot of potential there. I mean, like you guys have said, Tetron's a newer person, but we're probably going to be sub 130ing this particular seed, and that's a really great time for someone who hasn't been in the community for a very long amount of time. So there's a lot to watch out for.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, we're getting our Kraken 2 fight on Tetron's side. Even with that fast, the black belt only hit for 300. But he gets through there.
So, yeah, we got a question from our tracker, Darren Drice, who's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us tonight. How did you feel about getting that floater 2 minutes in?
Deja vu to yesterday. Like, you sit there and you run these seas, and it always turns into some obscene fetch quest. Like, I was watching a practice race earlier from a couple of our community members where it was some chain like 4 or 5 items long that required like back and forth across the world. And then the floaters in the last dungeon, which is also like a decision of, do I get the floater or do I go floaterless? So it's like you mentally prepare for those, and then you get, ship and floater right off the bat, and you're like, okay, well, let's pivot and hope we can make this work.
Yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of early floater in these flag sets. It just opens up so much of the world, and I have a general idea about the kind of route I want to take in the first, say, 15 minutes of the seed. So when that happens, it kind of throws me for a loop a little bit.
Yeah, I think I had one point after getting the airship where I was going to go like, oh, let me just go over to Sarda and then I'll go hit dwarves. I was like, no, let's go up to Provoca first. So I did a U-turn, and I'm just like, all right, I need to tighten this up. This is going to be really wonky if I keep doing this all night.
Yeah, and we had Tetron in Sea Shrine at what, 10-minute mark?
Yeah, about the 10-minute mark. Tetron was in there. It's pretty wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
He didn't go Kraken side, but he did pull his cube out.
Yeah. Took him a couple tries to get it, but he did get it out. Alright, so Tetron gonna pull his chaos. Ratif, do you want to take this one, man? I've been doing a lot of talking.
Alright, so we've got Fast coming out, we've got Wall, White Shirt. It's some good turn order, but only 300 damage. I don't think he doesn't have Lock or Temper. So this could be I don't think he's in any serious trouble given his resources, but it could be a long fight here. So, second round of White Shirt. Nuke. And another 300 damage. And try and fast that Red Mage with the Vorpal. I think it's 130 damage, and that's without the fast going off. And even with only two stacks of that White Shirt, he's already getting a miss from Chaos, so I think he's in good shape to finish this fight. It's just gonna take a few rounds. continuing with the nuke and white shirt. Chaos comes out with Blizzard. That Vorpal's almost performing equal to the black belt right now. But he does take Chaos down. He finishes an official time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 18 seconds. GG's to Tetron.
Tetron. Alright, I'm gonna pull Tetron into the booth here to tell us his thoughts on that seed. Tetron, you there, man? GG's.
GG.
GG, buddy.
There we go. Gotta unmute myself. Right. Yeah, I hope that was entertaining. I had no idea what to do at the beginning there.
Yeah, we were talking to Ale, so what are your thoughts on getting that that early floater right there?
I was baffled because every practice seed had been like the floater at 45 minutes or later. So I just had no I had no strategy. I'm like, where do I go? I'll just start flying around randomly.
So what made you decide to do the early sea dive?
I had lit 3 in a dream. It was, just a crazy, like, let's go, I have the oxyl and I might as well, let's do something weird. I think it might have been a little bit over ambitious if I had been level 10 instead of level 5. I think that would have gone a little better. But yeah, it was, if you have a good lightning magic, you can get a ton of experience points walking around Sea Shrine. So that was kind of the train of thought. But yeah, mostly it was just like, let's do something crazy because this is spring tournament. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah.
good. Yep. Why don't you tell us
Okay.
real quick about tell us about your routing in Volcano. You went down there to go and kill Carrie. You were kind of skipping some of the trap tiles and some of the chests on the Agama floor. Were you just trying to run through there pretty quick?
Yeah, pretty much. I was at that point. Yeah, I landed there. It was kind of proximity routing. I didn't really want to spend a lot of time opening boxes, but then on the Agama floor, like there's a lot of boxes where you don't have to go too far off. Yeah, I wasn't looking for trap tiles at that point. Maybe I should have been, but I was pretty happy with the Gershark tile I ended up with in Earth Cave, so it worked out.
Yeah, you and Ale actually ended up taking the same spike tile there in the Earth Cave, just about 20-25 minutes or so apart.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid Earth until I had Rod, but of course Rod was really late, so.
So.
I do like going in with more key items collected because you get at least a little bit more of an experience boost. Cut the grind down by like a minute or two. Sometime, I don't know. That was kind of that was the thinking anyway.
It did actually work out for you too, because it took Ale a little bit longer to get his levels on his black belt, and he went up to about, I think, level 37, 38 as well. But you did it in, a quarter of the time, because I think while Ale was getting 6,000 HP per battle, you were getting closer to 9 to 10, depending on the way the enemies group together. So definitely something to be said about waiting for those key items to kind of get the XP boost. So I think with that, maybe Fry Teeth, you got any more questions for our runners here before we kind of toss it over to them for final thoughts?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, so why don't we throw it on over to our winner tonight, Ale Markin. Any final thoughts?
I just want to thank you, Luffy, and Fry Teeth, and Darren Dries, and Tetron for hosting and racing and all that good stuff. And then also shout out to Randomania for letting us use their channel for our spring tournament. Um, I mean, kind of like what Darren Dries is throwing in chat. If you like what you see on chat or on stream, give us a follow. Come check out our community. A little bit late to join the spring tournament, never too late to sit here and cheer it on with the rest of us. Um, and looking forward to watching your upcoming matches, Tetron. I think you're gonna surprise some people here.
And also, we were talking about a little while ago. Excited at some of the stuff we've seen you developing for the randomizer.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Yeah, really, I've been hacking on new features instead of practicing, so that's my excuse.
Well, we can certainly appreciate you doing the yeoman's work there behind the scenes. Any final thoughts on the seed right now? You ran really well. It was really quite nice to watch. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I was pretty happy with my performance. So the funny thing is that was just not the seed that I had practiced for. I had done most of my practicing with fighter rainbow parties. I did plan on like going down to three man, so that worked out. Um, but like I said, like all of my practice part seeds had been like super late floaters. It was all canoe and ship routing, and so you get the airship, and it's like what do I do now? Um, but yeah, I was actually pretty happy with things overall. Um, I mean, my goal. Well, I had two goals. One was to lose by less than 15 minutes, and I didn't get that one. But the other one was to to only have to go through Topher once, because I get very tilted when Topher goes badly. So I at least made it through in one go. So I was happy about that. So yeah, overall, I mean, I started I joined the community, started playing the randomizer back in December. So I've only been playing for like 4 months. I was like 30 out of 35 in the Duckling Derby. So it's just, it's great to be here.
Yeah, well, you've shown some tremendous improvement over the last several months. From the Duck Derby to now. I mean, to do sub 130 in these flags with a black belt that, to your point, you haven't really practiced a heck of a lot with. It's a really nice job, and it was good to see a newer runner kind of progress and see you grow over the last couple months. So that was really cool. Freitith, I think Darren Dreis has thrown us some stuff over there in the chat. Do you want to pay some bills for us?
Yeah. So, um, if you're looking for more randomizer action, we've got currently on the schedule 5 races for tomorrow night. Starting at 7 o'clock, we've got Guardian Marcus versus Rob Draven. 8 o'clock, Hangry Canuck versus the Real Super Plebe. 9:30 is Rock Solid 84 versus Sho Fukumachi. And then at 10 o'clock, we've got Earthwing Angel versus Nightmare Phoenix and Kralin versus Jay Scheidel. And those are going to be, it looks like they're all scheduled to be restreamed on various channels tomorrow.
Yeah, looks like we got a little bit of speed gaming, a little bit of Randomania, RPG Limit Break. So busy night again tomorrow for Final Fantasy Randomizer action. All right, so with that, I'm gonna throw it over to my co-com Freiteeth here. Any final thoughts on the seed before we take us out?
No, just thanks to you for co-commentary and for also doing double duty on the restream, and thanks to Darren Dries for a terrific job on keeping us up to date on everything tonight, tracking. And I'll let you take us out.
Yeah, Grand. Thank you again to Darren Dries for sure doing the heavy lifting for us behind the scenes and keeping us straight. Thank you to Randomania for letting us borrow their channel and show off what we got here in the community. Thank you to Fryteeth for joining me tonight in the booth and being with me every step along the way. Join the Discord, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, if you want to get down on this fun game with us. Some of us have been playing for many, many decades. We love it. We enjoy it. Join us in the Discord. We love to teach. We love to make new players come on in and show us what you got. So with that, we're going to close it out tonight. Join us again tomorrow for some more great action. So for that, ciao and chillax, everybody. Final Fantasy Randomizer fam, we gone.